again, scholars. I'm excited to add another step to our goal of addition and subtraction. There will be a couple different parts to this lesson today. One of them will be adding 2-digit numbers, and another will be adding 3-digit numbers. And we're going to focus really hard today on this part of the goal. We need to be able to add them precisely. So we're going to make sure everything we draw when we're trying to figure this out is very exact, so that we don't make silly mistakes. And we want to make sure we can add with or without regrouping. I'll tell you a little bit more about what this word means, but I'm sure you've heard Ms. R or I talk about it before. So the strategy that we are using today is going to be called the place value discs strategy, okay? Or you might have heard us call it place value chart strategy, okay? So what we're going to do is we are going to draw ourselves a place value chart, and we're going to make sure that it has a hundreds place, because this is the order of a 3-digit number, right? Hundreds place, tens place, and a ones place. And then we are going to try to match our place value chart as well to the vertical form tomorrow, but for today, it's really just like, can we solidly get that place value chart strategy down and prove that we know it really well? So I'm excited to see your work. The first problem we will try to solve today is going to be 32. It's going to be pretty simple. 32 plus 24. Okay, here's what makes this one a little bit easier. When we look at it, we can already see, if we line up our ones and our tens, that our ones are going to add up to 4, 5, 6, and our tens are going to add up to 3 and 2 more, just 5 tens. Okay, so this is an example of an equation that has no regrouping, and here's how I know this. Your whole goal today is going to be able to tell if it's with or without regrouping. So when I draw this, I'm going to draw my first number in purple, just so we can tell the difference. So 32. Let me count to it over here, lining up my discs very carefully. So 10, 20, 30, 31, 32. All right, awesome. So I already drew that one. Now I'm going to draw a line underneath, and I'm going to draw my second addend, okay, which is going to be 24. Let me circle that in black. 24. 10, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. The reason that I line them up like this is so that when I get to 5, I can go ahead and move down and make this into a 10 frame. Okay, and we'll show you why that's important later. But right now, I'm looking over here, I see 2 and 4. Okay, I see 2 and 4 here. I don't have to make any 10s, so I don't have to circle and make a new 10 because I don't have 10, I only have 6. So I do not regroup. I do not group them into a 10, they just stay there in the ones place. All my ones make 6. Then I look over here, that's 3 plus 2. Okay, so that's just 5 tens. Awesome. So now I'm looking at just 56, and that would be my total. Okay, and I could have easily done that with my vertical form. 4 plus 2 makes 6, 3 plus 2 makes 5. When you have without regrouping, which is what this is, it's actually easier to do the vertical form strategy when you don't have to make any new tens or any new hundreds. Okay, now let me show you, if I change just part of this equation, how that changes my process in my place value chart. And you guys get to give it a try. So I'm coming back here. Let me clear my chart. Okay, so now I look over here. I'm going to change our problem a little bit. This digit, instead of being 32 plus 29, or 24, it's going to be 32 plus 29. And this definitely changes what I have to do. Because if I add this up in my vertical form, I cannot do 9 plus 2 and just put 11 here. 3 plus 2, 10 makes 5. That is way bigger than 32 plus 29. You know how I know that? Because I can estimate in my brain. 29 is only 30. 32 is close to 30. So this is about 30, that's about 30. My answer should be around 60. There's no way I could have 511. This is why when you have to regroup, your vertical form becomes a little bit harder, which is why we are going to depend on our place value chart strategy, okay? So this will make more sense in a minute. If I have 32, I'm going to make that in purple first. Once again, we'll go pretty quick. 10, 20, 30, 31, 32. Okay, and then I draw 29. I circled that in black, so let me show you in black. 10, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. Okay, as soon as I have this, part of our goal is being really precise. Now what I'm seeing is I could have made a mistake when I was putting these numbers into my chart, so I'm going to be precise and exact and check it. 10, 20, 30, 3 tens, 31, 32. Yes, I did it. 29, am I sure? I don't know, let me recount. 10, 20. Ooh, I lined them up so nicely I don't have to recount those. I don't think I can see there's 5 with my brain. So I go 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. It's very helpful if you line them up in 10 frame form with 5 on the top and 5 on the bottom. That's how I knew this was 9 so fast, because I know this is like a 10 frame with 1 missing, which makes 9. That's cool. Okay, so now I know this has regrouping inside of it because we have 9 here and I need 1 more to make 10, but that means I have 10 ones. I can never have more than 9 ones in the ones place. So as soon as I have 10 ones, I have to make a new 10. Awesome. Okay. Now these ones aren't here anymore. I just regrouped them, bundled them together. 10 ones made 1 new 10. Now, I can show that on my chart, but I also need to follow along and show that in my vertical form. So I did 9 plus 2, that made 10 and 1 more. That made 10 plus 1 more is 11. 9 plus 2 is 10, 11. I have to split up my 11, okay? I can keep the 1 from my 11 down here, but I need to put the 1 from the 11, or sorry, the 10 from the number 11 cannot go in my ones place anymore. Just like I did here, I'm going to move it and show it under my tens place. That's another 10 that I just created. See, it's the same. 3 tens, 2 tens, 1 10, and then what's left in my ones place? Just 1 1. Right? So I took the number 11 and I made sure that's 10 and 1. That makes 11. But this, I still have some more 10s to add up now. That's 3 tens. 3 plus 2 more is 4, 5 plus 1 more is 6. Don't forget that. So that's 6. Okay, so my answer now matches my place value chart, but when I do this in vertical form, I need to, well, your parents probably know it as carrying over the 10, but you have to make sure to match it to the chart so that we can see why you carried over that 10, because you made a new 10. I like to put it underneath so that it matches my chart. 3, 2, 1. Your parents may have done it this way, to where when they carry the 10, they put it on top. Okay, which still works. That's 3 plus 2, that's 5, and that's 1 more, that's 6. I like to put it down here so that it matches the chart that we are creating. Okay, and this one has regrouping because we made a new 10. So I'm going to stop the video for now, but I would like to see you using this place value chart in your work and trying to match it to the vertical form. Good luck, you're going to do great.